Caner Universe, it's Caner Tip Tuesday, and today we're still in the series for Sobrevivencia. This could be the last installment now as we move forward to the Fall Cane Immersion 2023 in September here at Miami. I'll talk about that a little bit more on where we are with that. But today's topic, the connection between the cane and the empty hand in Sobrevivencia and how that parallels ACSD. Before we do that, I always a reminder that if you like the content, you're here for the first time, or maybe you watching these videos as they pop into your feed, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and the little bell icon so that you don't miss any future content. And you have two free resources. I always ask you, have you done the no-cost cane clarity call first? You want to do that by texting the letter CCC to 305-745-7839. The reason we're going to schedule that call, that's where we listen to where you are right now with the cane. What are your goals? What's important to you? What attracts you to this tool? Is it better movement? Is it self-protection? And that way you're going to walk out of the call with an action plan, something tangible that you can really execute and is going to make a difference. Because as much as we appreciate your interest in watching these videos are not going to get you where you want to go. There is a structured step-by-step way of getting cane trained anywhere in the world. We deliver this worldwide right from the comfort of wherever you are. So that's the first thing you want to do, and we schedule it to take the time to listen to you. And then the second free resource that you have is there is a Facebook group that is open to the public. It's called CaneFlow. Look at the description down below, and you have the link. Just request entry. They will let you right in. One of the hottest topics in American cane self-defense and ACSD is the whole, right now, currently, is the idea of how the cane teaches the empty hand. Now, this has been in ACSD from day one. You go back 30 years when we first started this. You heard me say before, you can just go to the headquarters and say, I just want to learn the cane. Well, when you get the cane, you're also going to have the empty hand application. That's the way we always taught it. As time went by, to suit everybody's needs, busy individuals, people that travel all the time say, I need self-protection now. I need the cane now. I'm getting on a plane. I don't have the time or the inclination to learn the empty hand because that requires more time. And so that's how it kind of became like a buffet that you can take from. Interestingly enough, in the 90s on the island of Cuba, Maestro Ruiz was also working with a cane, and when asked, hey, what came first, the cane or the empty hand? To my knowledge, it's the only other cane system that where the empty hand comes from the movement of the cane, and in his words, from the cane stems everything else. So a true blue cane system in that sense, and that's what we're going to be looking at. Both SV and ACSD, particularly in CaneFlow, they're movement based. And so if you see me doing a movement, for instance, something like this with my hands, where where I'm moving in here side to side, or even come in here and do these movements back and forth that don't necessarily, they don't look aggressive. So if somebody sees you doing this kind of thing in the park, you say, well, that guy's doing some form of exercise or Tai Chi. But if I put the cane there, you see it in the perspective now, it still doesn't look, it just looks like I'm exercising with a cane, and I may be stepping backwards and laterally, and so you have the movement in there. But of course, the key is, you can do all these movements, you can copy them, same with CaneFlow, but unless you understand the application, you've got nothing. Unless you're just doing it for movement, and there's nothing wrong with that. Okay, so let's take a look at some of the applications with this. And some of these you've seen if you've been following the series. You understand that always first demonstrated against some type of assault that's coming in here to the front line. And the movement, if we're taking something that looks like this, I want to show you here, right? And then occupying the space. You're already familiar with that, where I'm coming in here. But what about where it's just one move? So here it is, she's coming towards my head, and that initial move, if I'm out here, might look like this, or it might be something that immediately intercepts and gets to what I refer to as the heart of the problem, the center line. Come very slow again. Notice that here, it's just allowing it to come down. There's no strike, no hit to that, but notice how it occupies the space. And if that tool comes all the way down, you can't see it, but it's not even going to touch my feet. Right, so we always look at that as if it were a sharp blade that would cut my toes. I want to keep my toes. And so the movement is here. And it is simple, but it requires that distance. Well, when you don't have that, the movement of the hands, right, that I was doing here, whether it's moving forward, this becomes the same thing. And you see how easy it is to get in there when you have that committed strike. So if I'm over here, this is where she's coming in. One hand is that deflecting mother hand, right? And the other one is the one that comes in and gets to the right to the midline to go ahead and do and go ahead and control the situation. And notice how the body movement is different, because if she represents a problem and I stay to the outside, she can go ahead and redirect and come out here. Now, most people will stay out here and reflexively look to put their hands up. Without training, that's what you do. Here it's a little bit different. And how does it work in the cane? For instance, I've spoken about how in SV you're striking that hip or coming up higher. How does that striking work? Well, it works the same way when you come in here with that liver shot and then the hands coming over, but you occupied the space. Now you can do something about it. The same thing is the case with movements, for instance, that look like this. And you do it to one side and you do it to the other. Well, you just saw me occupy space to the outside. Well, the same thing holds true when it comes up out here this side. So it comes in here. I'm to the inside. Now, it's up to me. I don't really want to go shaft on shaft. Remember that? Why? Because this doesn't particularly hold up. So I have to use I have to get in close so that then I can come in, right? And jam that cane, let it pass, accelerate. Remember that principle of accelerate. Have that accelerate right by me so that then I can occupy that space. And it happens the exact same way, even if she were, if I don't have this now, and that strike is coming to the inside, again, most people are gonna come out here, or there's gonna have to be some type of block that comes out here. Here with SV, several ways of handling that. One is to move in and occupy that space and come in here. The other one is just to come under that strike when it's coming in here and go right under, right? So if it comes in, one secluding, one coming right in here, and finishing that. If she doesn't have the tool, right? So this is all against a tool, against a tool, against a tool. It's a distance game. Just go ahead and yeah. So she's going to throw that roundhouse punch out of my head. Yeah. And I want to get out of here in such a way, you see that it looks like I don't want any problem, and I don't want any problem. And as it's coming in here, it's that same thing. Now this hand is there to guard her. What if she's really good? I come in and she puts that hand up, right? So now we're in here. And this is where, right, the simple movements, you see them here, look at it again. Come in here, she deflects that. Well, is this the end of it for me? So stay right there. We're just gonna rotate towards the camera. Leave it there, right? But you have the movement, right, to get out of there. Look at where I am. There's the lock above the elbow. Tap when you feel. There it is. And you're gonna rotate towards, boom, to emphasize that strike again. And therein you see the movements that can sneak under, but if that cane gets grabbed, well, it never stops, does it? Never stops. And that, whether it be in SV or in CaneFlow, if you ever want to find out who's who with that cane and CaneFlow and ACSD, and CaneFlow was developed by yours truly, and you want to find out who is who and who's certified coach, all you have to do is reach out to the headquarters and we'll tell you. But as you do your research, when you see movement out there, they need to be able to tell you, set that cane down and say, there's two things they got to be able to tell you. Show me the application of that, and can you show it to me with the empty hand? And if they cannot do that, it's because they don't have the key. They don't have and that's it right there. That is both ingrained in the heart of ACSD and Sobrevivencia. And in September Fall Cane Immersion, we have 5 slots available. So it's great because we just learned that some who initially said, unfortunately, I will not be able to make it. Now they say, hey, we have found a way to get out there, and we're just thrilled to go ahead and do that. If it's something that interests you, it's a rare opportunity. right, to learn it directly. First of all, it's an art that you're only going to learn here. We're the source for that. And if you have an interest in it, you really like it, or you like this series, go ahead and just make the phone call first to find out if it's a good fit for you. Right? And the way you do that is just text the letters Fall 2023, that's FALL 2023 to 305-745-7839. We're going to dedicate the time to listen to you. That way you have our undivided attention, right? That's it. Thank you so much for your kind feedback on Sobrevivencia and your interest. And yes, I haven't forgotten, we are working to get with Maestro Ruiz and do a Zoom presentation where we can discuss everything from theory, strategy, history of it, and just so that you guys feel better about the understanding of SV, okay, and have all your questions answered. I'm Joe Robaina for American Cane Self-Defense and Sobrevivencia. How's your pronunciation of it? Are we still saying SV, or can you say Sobrevivencia? Give me a call and let me know. Thanks for watching. Keep caning. Stay safe.